friends, how are you today? I hope you're well. Today I am getting ready for Christmas in a slow sort of way. I'm trying to make things out of all my fabric and give them as gifts for Christmas. So at the moment I've got some beautiful red sort of vintage looking floral fabric, and I'm just running that up on the sewing machine to make a tablecloth for the table at Christmas time. But let me show you what I've made out of some of my scraps. Really quick and easy, and they will make really nice gifts. So let me show you first. This, very quick, is samples from furnishing sofas. We ordered quite a lot of samples of fabric for our sofa, and they are round about that sort of size when they come, and I thought they would make great little needle cases. So I've put felt in the middle, and basically they're all cut with a pinking shears, and then just pop a piece of felt in the middle and then put your needles in, and they'll make a nice little needle case. So I've done that with several pieces of the fabric. That's the red ones, which are very jolly, very nice and Christmassy, and they can go in somebody's Christmas card as a tiny little gift there. So they're little needle cases, and they were so easy to do. Just a little bit, fold it in half, and then put a slightly smaller piece of felt inside, fold it in half, little running stitch or zigzag stitch on the edge, or both, and then you're ready to go. So that's that. And then I've made some lovely gifts for people out of embroidered cloths, and this one was an embroidered tray cloth, and I've just made it into a lavender heart with beautiful pieces. I've positioned it correctly so that you get the embroidery in the correct place, and I just used a template which I did myself out of a cardboard box, 2 pieces of fabric, sew them together leaving a gap, turn them inside out, stuff them with lavender and wadding, and then sewed it up and put a little pretty satin ribbon on it. And that again smells absolutely beautiful, actually. It'd be lovely as a gift, and especially because there's an initial on that. And then let me take my tea out of the way. Then I've made some little fabric bags, gift bags, little pocket in there, satin drawstring top. They're very easy. I've got a few more to do. And then this one, I've got 2 of these. I've made some aprons out of bits. You'll see on my videos from the past where I've done a top and a skirt in these fabrics. I had some left, so I've made a really pretty apron out of the scrap pieces, and it's got nice straps on, and that's a half apron, and I've made 2 of those. And these are all out of fabric scraps that I've got, so you can really make some nice things and give them as gifts for Christmas. And then the last bit is out of one of the videos that I made as well, that patchwork dress. I'm going to do again this beautiful apron, and that's going to be a patchwork apron for a friend, and using this as the main body. Not finished it yet, of course. And then the straps are going to be the patchwork pieces all together, which will look really pretty, I think. Using it up with what I've already got. And then I've made also some beautiful scrunchies out of little scraps of fabric, and that's basically just making a big tube of fabric. Here I've got some here, 2 pieces, and fold it in half, sew it all the way down, turn it inside out. Okay, and then you want to get a piece of elastic that goes round your arm, stretches but actually comes quite tight. So measure the size that you want, and then put it into one edge, the piece of elastic just here, sew it backwards and forwards a few times, and then pop it in, and up with a safety pin start feeding it through your tube. When you get to the other end, then you can again sew it with the sewing machine across, and then loop that edge over the other edge like that, neatly sew that down all the way around, and then you'll have your scrunchie out of your tubes of fabric. So they're quicker ways of using up fabric to make really lovely little gifts. And this is one that I've also done out of the dress, another dress pattern, dress video that you'll see on here, artisan dress I made, and nice velvet ribbon, and that's going to be a fabric bag as well. And these can be used for Christmas or birthdays, or you could put your toiletries in here or make them bigger and put your slippers in, or shoes if you're going abroad. Just little ideas to make things out of the fabric you've got left. And as you know, I'm trying my best to get down my fabric stash, and this is the way that I'm sort of moving forward and trying to get things made. So there's some pretty little things that you can make. You can Google online and find a wealth of ideas to make with small pieces of fabric or fabric scraps, and you'll have lots and lots of choice. There's some really great books out there as well. I've made a few things from this book, and it's called So Pretty Home Style, and that's a really nice book. I'd recommend. It's got all sorts for Christmas: dolls, bags, stockings, beautiful things you can make, and they don't take much fabric. So I hope that's inspired you to get those fabric pieces out and get making, and take the time to enjoy yourself while you're sewing, because you know, a bit of music on, you know, or a nice smelly candle, a nice drink on the side, and take a bit of time for yourself, because at the moment in November it's going to be the calming time for us, just so that we get ahead of ourselves in time for Christmas, where it is mayhem. So enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully with another project. Bye for now.